The quiet power of invisible wealth. Have you ever noticed something subtle but powerful? The moment people know you have money, something changes. Not loudly, not immediately, but quietly, deeply, and often permanently. A simple dinner becomes an expectation. A small favor becomes your responsibility. A casual comment like, "You can afford it," slowly turns into a rule you didn't agree to, but somehow feel forced to follow. This is the hidden cost of revealing your wealth, and most people never see it coming. Welcome to Learn English Through Stories, the easiest and most enjoyable way to improve your English naturally. Two paths, Ethan and Daniel. Ethan and Daniel started from the same place. Same education, same job, same salary, same ambition. But over time, their lives moved in very different directions. Ethan lived visibly. He upgraded his car as soon as he could. He bought the latest phone every year. He traveled often and shared everything. Every step forward came with a signal, "I'm doing well." And people believed it. Daniel chose a quieter path. He still improved his life, but without announcements. He didn't talk about his income. He didn't show his investments. He didn't turn progress into performance. His friends thought he lived responsibly. His coworkers saw him as stable. His family knew he was doing fine, but never knew how much he had.
Years later, Daniel had built far more wealth than Ethan. Not because he earned more, not because he got lucky, but because his money didn't leak through the cost of maintaining an image. The invisible price of being seen. Most people think financial mistakes come from spending too much, but a more dangerous mistake is this: letting too many people know that you can spend. Because once they know, expectations begin. Not demands, expectations. And expectations change behavior. You start paying for meals more often. You hesitate to split bills. You say yes when you want to say no. You upgrade things, not because you need to, but because it feels uncomfortable not to. No one forces you, but the image you created becomes an invisible contract. This is how money disappears. Not in one big loss, but in hundreds of small decisions made to protect how others see you.
The submarine principle. Think of your wealth like a submarine. A submarine is strongest when it stays deep, quiet, hidden, unpredictable. It does not rise to prove its power. Its strength comes from silence. Your money works the same way. It protects you best when it is unseen, when it sits quietly in savings, when it grows through investments, when it gives you choices without attracting pressure. But once it surfaces, everything changes. People notice, they compare, they expect. And your wealth becomes less about your freedom and more about their assumptions. Lifestyle, the trap that feels like success. Here's a hard truth. The money you earn is not the same as the money you keep. Many people earn well, but still feel stuck. Why? Because their lifestyle grows just as fast as their income. You get a raise. You upgrade your phone. Move to a better apartment. Buy nicer clothes. Eat at better places. Each change feels small, but together they create a system that consumes everything you earn. And the most dangerous part? Once your lifestyle goes up, it almost never comes down easily. Selling a nice car feels like losing status. Moving to a smaller home feels like failure. Suggesting to split the bill feels awkward. No one forces you, but your past choices and other people's expectations trap you.
The Diderot effect. One upgrade, endless spending. A single upgrade rarely stays alone. Buy a new car, and suddenly your clothes feel outdated. Upgrade your phone, and your accessories feel cheap. Move into a nicer home, and everything inside must match. One change creates a new standard, and everything below that standard starts to feel wrong. This is how people slowly build a lifestyle they cannot escape. Not because they are careless, but because each step feels reasonable. Until one day they realize they are no longer working for freedom. They are working to maintain a system.
Michael's story, when money becomes public. Michael was careful. He saved consistently, invested wisely, lived below his means. For years, no one knew exactly how much he had, and that was his strength. But after a family event, his financial situation became visible, not by choice, but by circumstance. Things changed, not dramatically, but noticeably. Family members began to rely on him more. Requests came indirectly. Expectations formed quietly. You're in a better position. You can help first. You're the most stable. None of these sounded unreasonable, but together they became expensive. Michael helped because he cared, because he understood, but also because saying no felt harder than saying yes. Within a year, a large part of his savings was gone, not from bad investments, not from reckless spending, but from being seen as the one who could pay. The most expensive role, the stable one. Being the reliable one sounds like a compliment, but it often comes with hidden costs. You fix problems, you cover emergencies, you step in when others can't. Individually, each action makes sense, but over time, they add up. And slowly, your financial future becomes tied to other people's expectations. The real purpose of money. Money is not just for spending. It is not just for saving. It is for one thing above all: choice. The choice to leave a bad job. The choice to say no. The choice to take a risk. The choice to rest. But every unnecessary expense, every pressured decision, every silent yes reduces those choices. 3 principles of invisible wealth. 1. Reduce financial exposure. Stop sharing numbers. Income, savings, investments. Not everyone needs to know. You don't need to lie. You don't need to act poor. Just stop updating others about your financial progress. Let your life become less predictable, less measurable, less visible. 2. Separate achievement from validation. You can celebrate success without announcing it. Have a meaningful dinner. Buy something you truly value. Write it down. Remember it. But don't turn every milestone into a public event, because recognition often creates expectation, and expectation creates pressure. 3. Build an invisible floor. Have a financial base strong enough to support you, but keep it private. Know that you can help, but don't feel forced to. Know that you can spend, but don't feel required to. That quiet confidence is power. The strength of silence. In a world that constantly pushes you to show more, silence becomes an advantage. You may feel out of place. You may feel unnoticed. You may feel behind. But you are not behind. You are protected. Because true wealth is not what people see, it is what gives you control. Final thought. Go deep. A submarine does not rise to be admired. It stays deep to stay in control. Your wealth does not need attention. It needs purpose. Buy what improves your life. Help when it truly matters. Celebrate what you earn. But don't turn your life into a stage that forces you to perform forever. Go quiet. Go deep. Not to hide success, but to protect your freedom to live life on your own terms.